Welcome to the latest edition of the Trivia Quiz Rush General Knowledge Quiz. My name is Arno, I'm your mispronouncing quiz host, and this is a fun quiz featuring rapid-fire style quiz questions. This features mixed difficulty question on a 3-second timer. Here's the first one. Good luck. What is the primary diet of an osprey bird of prey in the wild? It's fish. Which of these body parts contains the highest number of bones? Foot. Besides Elba, to which island was Napoleon also once exiled? Correct, with St. Helena. Which company once used the slogan "Share moments, share life"? That's Kodak. Who was the ancient Greek goddess associated with wisdom? It's Athena. Complete the saying, a bad workman always blames his what? It's tools. Who plays the rude teacher in the 2011 comedy film Bad Teacher? That's Cameron Diaz. What is the only mammal species capable of true powered flight? Bat. Which of these listed animals is not classified as a mammal? That's penguin. What is the smallest cup size available at Starbucks called? Demi. Which flower part is sticky and designed to catch pollen? It's stigma. Which of these listed places is not geographically an island? It's Vietnam. Approximately what percentage of Earth's surface is water? 70%. What type of clothing item is traditionally an espadrille? Correct, with shoe. In which James Bond movie did Daniel Craig debut as 007? That's Casino Royale. Who served as US President during the Gulf War? George H.W. Bush. What is the name of a western gray squirrel's leafy nest home? It's Dre. Besides the Nina and Pinta, what was Columbus's third ship called? That's Santa Maria. Which empire fought against the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae? Persian. Who was the first wife of actor Tom Cruise? That's Mimi Rogers. How many total suspects appear in the classic version of Cluedo? 6. Which famous artist painted the classic landscape The Haywain? It's John Constable. Who released the hit song Open Your Heart back in 1986? It's Madonna. Direct sunlight helps the human body naturally produce which vitamin? Vitamin D. Which famous singer earned the nickname Chairman of the Board? Correct, with Frank Sinatra. What does the biological term arboreal specifically describe? That's living in trees. What type of bird is carved onto Mary Poppins' umbrella handle? Parrot. Which word means modest or reserved in behavior and appearance? It's demure. Who composed the famous themes for Jaws and Raiders of the Lost Ark? That's John Williams. The Borg were a famous alien race from which television series? Star Trek. Approximately how many rooms are located inside the White House? 132. Which famous artist created the iconic soup can series? Andy Warhol. What is a clickable web address embedded inside a document called? It's link. Which mineral is considered essential for strong bones and teeth? It's calcium. What is the title of Nelson Mandela's famous autobiography? Long Walk to Freedom. What is the medical specialist fitting artificial limbs called? Correct with prosthetist. Which actress portrayed Carla Purdy in The Nutty Professor? That's Jada Pinkett Smith. Which 1971 film starred Malcolm McDowell in white and black attire? A Clockwork Orange. William Wallace is remembered as a national hero of which country? It's Scotland. Who was the final Queen of France before the French Revolution? That's Marie Antoinette. Madeira is an island territory that belongs to which country? Portugal. Complete the quote. One small step for man, one giant. What? That's leap. Which judo belt color traditionally comes directly after green? Blue. Leclerc drove for which Formula One team during 2024? It's Ferrari. What nickname does Sandor Clegane have in Game of Thrones? It's the Hound. In which country is the Masters Golf Tournament held every year? United States. Which singer appeared swinging on a wrecking ball in a music video? Correct with Miley Cyrus. Who remains the youngest heavyweight boxing champion in history? That's Mike Tyson. What alternative name is commonly used for decompression sickness? Benz. What is the term for a word opposite in meaning to another? It's antonym. In which American city can the Lincoln Memorial be visited? It's Washington, D.C. Which designer pioneered the iconic little black dress style? Coco Chanel. What is the name of SpongeBob SquarePants' best friend? Correct with Patrick. Which baseball legend earned the nickname Sultan of SWAT? That's Babe Ruth. How many different colors are traditionally found in a rainbow? 7. What is the most commonly recognized color of a sapphire? It's blue. Who became the leader of Cuba after Fidel Castro in 2008? That's Raúl Castro. Which nation listed here does not border China by land? South Korea. Which of these literary works was not written by Shakespeare? That's Bleak House. Robin Williams portrayed Walter Finch in which thriller film? Insomnia. Which actor listed here never portrayed James T. Kirk in Star Trek? It's Patrick Stewart. Which metal alloy was largely replaced by iron during the Iron Age? Bronze. Which leader was nicknamed the Liberator in South America? Correct, with Simon Bolivar. What fruit does the Spanish word manzana translate to in English? That's apple. What is another commonly used name for laughing gas? Nitrous oxide. Machu Picchu is located within which major mountain range? It's Andes. What is the official capital city of the country Morocco? That's Rabat. What was the name of the ancient Greek god associated with music? Apollo. Neil Armstrong first walked on the moon during which year? That's 1969. Which band or artist released the song We Built This City? Starship. The musical Oliver takes place in which famous city? It's London. What is another widely used common name for a zucchino? Courgette. What is the largest moon located anywhere in our solar system? Correct, with Ganymede. In which country are cows traditionally considered sacred? That's India. How many Grand Slam tennis tournaments are played on grass courts? Just one. Which chemical element is the most abundant element in the sun? It's hydrogen. In which year did Bob Dylan release Blowin' in the Wind? That's 1963. Which scientific scale measures the hardness of a mineral? The Mohs scale. The famous Motown record label was founded in which US city? That's Detroit. Which internal organ is the largest organ in the human body? Liver. In medical terminology, what does the suffix "side" actually mean? It's kill. In which movie franchise does the character Q appear? That's James Bond. What is the longest running primetime television series in America? The Simpsons. Which country is famously nicknamed the Emerald Isle? Ireland. Which word describes a person who selflessly helps other people? It's altruistic. What is the name of Johnny Depp's character in Alice in Wonderland? That's the Mad Hatter. Which city is generally considered the world's most populated? That's Tokyo. Hugo Chavez served as president of which South American country? That's Venezuela. Who became the first American woman to travel into space? Sally Ride. Which term means rude, abrupt, or blunt in someone's manner? It's brusque. Which South American country officially speaks Portuguese? That's Brazil. What is the green pigment mainly responsible for photosynthesis? Chlorophyll. Marco Polo became famous for traveling from Europe to which continent? It's Asia. On which continent does the secretary bird naturally live wild? That's Africa. Marty McFly is the main character in which movie franchise? Back to the Future. Who served as Russia's president before Vladimir Putin's first term? Boris Yeltsin. Which famous painter became widely known for painting sunflowers? It's Vincent van Gogh. Which movie listed here was not written by Quentin Tarantino? Heat. A braai is a traditional style of barbecue from which country? It's South Africa. What was the title of Stephen King's very first published novel? That's Carrie. Who is the comedian and actor responsible for creating Borat? Sacha Baron Cohen. What do the initials R and B stand for in music? Rhythm and blues. What term describes the market value and strength of a brand? Correct with brand equity. Which city did the Crusaders mainly seek to recapture? That's Jerusalem. What is considered the most basic unit that makes up matter? Atom. What is the largest type of vessel used in the game Battleships? It's aircraft carrier. In which location was Hawaiian pizza originally invented? That's Canada. What was the code name for the Allied D-Day landings in Normandy? Overlord. Which former Beatle narrated Thomas the Tank Engine stories? That's Ringo Starr. Which religion has the greatest number of followers in India? Hinduism. The Lion King was loosely inspired by which Shakespeare play? It's Hamlet. The mouth of the Amazon River is located in which country? It's Brazil. How many total books are included in the Harry Potter series? 7. Which type of nut is traditionally included in a Waldorf salad? Correct with walnuts. With which professional sport is promoter Don King associated? That's boxing. In which country was actress Charlize Theron originally born? South Africa. The original Candle in the Wind was written to honor whom? It's Marilyn Monroe. What is the scientific term for an organism that causes disease? That's pathogen. Complete the movie title. Angel has what? Angel has fallen. Noah's Ark appears in which book of the Old Testament? That's Genesis. As of January 2025, who was North Korea's supreme leader? Kim Jong-un. Who was the final ruling pharaoh of ancient Egypt? It's Cleopatra. Why did the Boston Tea Party take place in 1773 originally? To protest the tax. Which group released the hit song Dr. Jones during 1997? It's Aqua. In which country are the cities of Mecca and Medina located? Correct, with Saudi Arabia. Who released the song Waiting for a Girl Like You? That's Foreigner. Which river forms part of the border between Mexico and the US? Rio Grande. On a Monopoly board, what symbol represents the waterworks space? It's a water tap. Which city is famously known as the City of 100 Spires? That's Prague. Which British band released Please Please Me in 1963? The Beatles. Ticker is a slang term commonly referring to which human organ? That's heart. Acrophobia is medically defined as the fear of what exactly? Heights. Which author wrote the satirical 1961 war novel Catch-22? It's Joseph Heller. Which artistic practice focuses on decorative handwriting styles? It's calligraphy. Which festival features throwing bright colored powders at people? The answer is Holi. Which country is considered the world's largest democracy? Correct, with India. What part of a sword is commonly referred to as the hilt? That's the handle. Which car became known as the People's Car during the 70s? Volkswagen Beetle. The song Eye of the Tiger became iconic in which film? It's Rocky III. Which major southern city burns in Gone with the Wind? That's Atlanta. Which Norman leader conquered England and later became king? William the Conqueror. What color are the stars displayed on the flag of the United States? That's white. What was the middle name of pop icon Michael Jackson? Joseph. Who became the first leader of communist Russia after the revolution? It's Vladimir Lenin. Complete the saying. Let sleeping dogs... What? It's lie. Which American singer became widely known as the Queen of Soul? Aretha Franklin. What do we call two lines that never intersect each other? Correct with parallel lines. Which of these chili peppers currently holds the title of world's hottest? That's pepper X. In which country is the Nobel Peace Prize officially awarded? Norway. Which poet wrote the famous poem "And Death Shall Have No Dominion"? It's Dylan Thomas. I have one more fun open bonus question for you, but first, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content. It really helps the channel grow. If you're watching on TV, just scan this QR code with your phone. It is the easiest way to subscribe. And here is that bonus question. Van Gogh was active in which century? Sit tight because the answer appears in a few seconds. Don't forget to post your score in the comments down below or just leave a reply. I read every one of them. And if you want to keep watching fun quizzes, then click this one to continue. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next one.